Who's your ideal client? Who's my ideal client? That's the question every entrepreneur, every business, every coach, every consultant thinks of all the time. Who is it? And it's always evolving. And a lot of people focus on only one aspect of it, which is the demographics. Now they talk about what's the gender, how much money they're making, etc., etc. But the crucial part, why people buy anything, is in the psychographics. It's why they do anything. So in this video, I'm going to cover the difference between the two, the demographics and psychographics, and how you can use that to construct an ideal profile of a client in such a targeted way that if you decide to run ads tomorrow, they'll start working. If you decided to do cold email, they'll start working. So in this video, I'm going to cover that. Again, this is part of my paid course, so do watch till the end. There's a lot of gold in here. And if you have any comments, just drop them below. Thanks. Hey everyone, so welcome to the next video. And in this video, we are going to cover your ideal client avatar. Again, this is really important to understand. Who are you targeting? Because if you know who you're targeting, you could design your website that way, make the website copy that way, so that they'll engage with your website, okay? So when you're talking about ideal client, I've seen a lot of people talk about the demographics, which is who your buyer is, right? Now, consumers are guided by their attitudes and subjective perceptions. So it's very important to understand who your buyer is. I mean, I understand that. That's where you start. Demographics is where you start. But the real gold is in the psychographics. Now, psychographics, don't get overwhelmed by the term. It just explains why somebody buys something. That's a whole different way of looking at things. Now, you can only effectively reach your target audience if you understand both angles, the demographics and the psychographics. Both are important. The combination of both sets, that's what forms your client avatar, okay? It's not just demographics. It's not just women over 45 or men in their 30s. That's just too narrow. You have to know why they buy anything, why they do what they do. A detailed picture of the people you work with now and would like to work in the future is what you need, okay? So that's what psychographics is about, okay? So think about both demographics and psychographics. So let's take an example. Say you're a health coach and you work with women over 45 and that's your target market, but that's not detailed enough. So let's dive into the demographics, right? So this is your demographic profile. So gender is female. Let's say age is over 45, so it's between 45 and 65. What's the marital status? Maybe they're married, they have children. Okay, that's good. What's the problem that you're solving? So you're a health coach and you're helping them with their weight gain issues. Okay, so that leads to lack of energy, hormonal imbalance. So you know all that. That's great. And you also know one more key aspect. Let's say they make 100,000 plus. Okay, so that's their income. So that's all good. That's the demographics part of it. But what the psychographics? Why is that important? So in this example, you need to ask yourself, why does she want to reduce her weight? It's really important, not just who she is, but why she wants to do it, So maybe she's concerned with her appearance. She wants a healthy lifestyle, but doesn't have too much time. Now, if she doesn't have too much time, your program could address that, And she also enjoys going online in the evening. She's a big fan of Pinterest. Now, if you know that, then you could do ads on Pinterest. You could show up on Pinterest because there may be other women like her, and then it just opens up another traffic channel for you. So that's why it's super important to understand this. And she tends to favor quality over economy. So basically, she'll spend a little bit more if she thinks it's good enough. And she finds fulfillment in her career and family. And she values time with small group of friends. So these are all very, very important topics because this is the why. This is why she wants to do this, okay? So once you understand the psychographics, it just opens up new markets. So demographics, you're looking at age, gender, occupation, ethnicity, etc., etc. But psychographic is really your personality characteristics, your lifestyle, your social class, principles and beliefs, activities and interests. Because, if you know what interests them, let's say in our example we looked at, and those women are interested or they spend time on Pinterest, then all of a sudden you know that you can target them there. So it's super important to understand this. And it really gets interesting when people from different demographics have the same psychographics. So, I work with people and help them get better at sales. So I don't really care if it's a man or a woman. What I want and what I'm really looking for is for them to have the belief that they can sell high ticket offers. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a lifestyle where people want to upgrade. So that's the kind of psychographics I'm looking at. I'm looking for an attitude where they want to make a change. They want to create program or something like that. So it's something that gives me a whole new market, and it's going to be the same for you. So don't limit yourselves to demographics. Also think about psychographics because it opens up new market. Now you might be wondering how to dig into this. How do I know the psychographics? So if you have existing clients, just talk to them. Talk to them, or if you know people in your demographics, just send out some surveys. Okay, so you can create a quick survey in Google Forms or even Google Sheets and send them out, ask them a few questions, get on the phone, talk to them, find out why they do what they do. Okay, so how do you interview existing clients? So think of your best current client, so the person who has gotten the best results, they've been really good, and you just love working with them, right? The next time you talk, ask her a little more about herself, you know. So you can ask questions like, oh, what did you do over the weekend? Or what movies did she watch, you know? Or any holiday deals she's thinking about going to holidays somewhere. Or has she made any New Year resolutions? It could be anything that's about her. And the beauty of this is there'll be more people like her, you know, there'll be more people like her who do the same things and they fit into your ideal client. So it's super important to understand. Now, depending on your relationship, you can tell her exactly why you're asking. So just tell her that you're just trying to do more market research. But if you're not in business and you don't have that kind of relationship or you don't have any customers, just talk to some friends, talk to people you know, and you can ask them the same questions. And trust me, this is super important, and you'll get really like a different view on your offer. You'll get so much more clarity, and you'll start thinking about your offer in so many different ways. Okay? And when you ask the right questions, you know, you can find out what she does for fun, or whether she's a bargain hunter, or what motivates her. You know, it just gives you a different angle. Now, if you want a larger sampling, you know, send out a customer survey and be honest. Ask people in Facebook groups or LinkedIn, you know, and most people are happy to share. And what you can do here is you can send them a survey or send them a list and then tell them, hey, you know, if you help me out, I will share the results of this survey with you at the end of it. And when you give something in return, people will like to share because they want to know what's going on. Now let's check out the ideal client of our worksheet. This is really important. Again, to make your website copy really appealing, make your website really appealing to your ideal client, you need to know this, okay? So again, it's a simple worksheet. Type in the demographics. You should know this off the top of your head, right? Who your clients are. But once you talk to few people, type in the psychographics, and you don't have to limit yourself to these characteristics. You could add more, you know, whatever you feel, you know. If you think that's important, add in here and keep this handy all the time. Not just for your website. I mean, it's going to be useful for building your website, but it's going to be useful for your business because you're going to get, you know, a completely new look at your market. So that's about demographics and psychographics and your ideal client, and I'll see you in the next video.